Do tell. Do you know who this guy is? Most people, like, most in the world who are not entrepreneurs, they should know who Steve Jobs is. I mean, for God's sake, they have iPhone in their face, in their pocket, wherever they go. Now, I'm not against iPhone or nothing. I mean, matter of fact, a long time ago, I did have a classical iPod just for download music. He was a visionary. He in that quote, he said, "The crazy one who think they can change the world, they usually do." Maybe he that quote maybe scares to some people. Maybe he was right. Like, if people who are crazy enough to change the world, they usually are. You know, most entrepreneurs, new ones, like I see the core message over and over again. Most new entrepreneurs want to make money right off the bat because we see, how to make money online. But to truly do that is to make a dent in the universe, an impact to change the world for the better. If we do that, we could change the world, right? I could be crazy, but I want to change the world for the better because our world could need changing. Like, the way that, the educational system, everything could be changing. But Steve Jobs is more than just a visionary. He traveled to India. He do meditate. Of course, we know that he do drugs, like he smoked weed and stuff like that. But he do meditation, and he also said in his book about intuition. And I want to bring that to you about intuition. The search. Job interest in Eastern spirituality, Hinduism, and Zen Buddhism, and the search for enlightenment was not merely the passing phrase of a 19-year-old. Throughout his life, he would seek to follow many of the basic proceeds of Eastern religion, just as the emphasis on experiential prana, wisdom, or cognitive understanding that intuitively experienced through concentration of the mind. Years later, sitting in his Palo garden, he reflected on the lasting influence of his trip into India. Going back to America was for me much of the cultural shock than going to India. The people in India countryside don't use their intellect like we do. They use their intuition instead, and their intuition is far more developed than the rest of the world. Intuition is not a very powerful thing. More powerful than intellect, in my opinion. That's had a big impact on my work. Western rational thought is not an innate human characteristic. It is a learned, and the great achievement of Western civilization in the village of India. They never learn it. They learn something else, which is some way just as valuable, but in other ways is not. That is the power of intuition and experiential wisdom. Coming back after months in India village, I saw the craziness of Western world as well as the capability for rational thought. If you just sit and observe, you will see how restless your mind is. If you try to calm it, only make it worse. But over time it does. And when it does, there's room to hear more subtle things. And when your intuition starts to blossom, you start to see the things more clearly and being more present. Your mind's just slow down and you see tremendous expensive in the moment. You see so much more than you could see before. It's discipline. You have practiced it. Zen has been a developed influence in my life ever since. At one point, I was able to go to Japan and travel to go into Ihiji minister, but my spiritual advisor urged me to stay here. He says, nothing over there isn't here. He was correct. I learned the truth of Zen, saying that if you're willing to travel over the wrong road to Miyachichu, one will appear next door. So the truth is, they say he has a tremendous focus, and he talked about he don't listen to he said he don't listen to give the customer what they want, and he really don't listen to that. And so my takeaway is this, right? Most often in the spiritual community, law of attraction, people always say go within. There's very valuable place to go within, right? Most of the time when I listen to my inner world, my intuition, which is the connection to God or the universe, it usually says something interesting. At first, I remember my friend Carrie Ann Ingram, she told me to meditate and to hear what is it's saying, and I remember the voice that said that there is someone out there that need me, that there is someone out there. And also, people reject outsourced information, but surrounding you, what's the point? People often don't think, what's the point of trying to be rich or have all the things around you, because it releases like external stimuli, right? It plays on your mind or release some type of chemical in your brain, make you feel good. So we're both in and out creatures. I don't believe in always going within. You need answers to life problems. Entrepreneurs are there to solve problems. They use both inside and out information, right? You're listening to me, that's using information, right? You're thinking. And so for me, for example, I use my intuition, meaning that my intuition or connected to God, whatever source, tell me that I have to go read quantum, like the connection of quantum physics or these type of quantum physics or consciousness type books or spiritual connection, and that will help me along my journey. Now, it's very interesting.